Trevor, and this time they are joined by Roberta's current husband, Bob. Bob, I am told by my producers that you brought something with you to the show. Tell us what you have.
I have the adoption papers.
How long have you been taking care of Trevor?
I was in the delivery room when he was born,
So all of his life.
his whole life.
Okay. Hi, Trevor.
Hi.
I love you. Tell me, is he a good dad?
Yeah.
He is? Boy, not a lot of 11-year-olds say their dad's a good dad, so that's pretty good. I'm very glad. This is the man you want to be your dad, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Leroy, on the last show, you said you'd sign over those, your rights to Trevor and the adoption papers if the results are positive,
Sure
right?
would.
Are you still
Yep.
willing to do that?
Yep.
Okay. So I know we're all wondering what the results are. Is that right?
Yep.
To the paternity test. So let us welcome Alan Gelb to the show. He's our DNA expert. I was going to say to Alan, I've never seen you with your clothes on, but I mean the suit, not
It's
the
supposed to be
not
discreet.
the medical things. Can you tell us whether or not Leroy is Trevor's biological dad? They use the word biological, which is pretty important, right?
The report clearly shows
Brittany, you've gotten so much bigger than last time. My goodness. I think everyone is wondering if your dad, Mark, is in your life. Does he come around to play a part in your life?
No.
No? Oh. By the way, we tried calling him to find out why he wasn't in your life. And his first excuse was he didn't have your phone number. So he said he only had your address, and he didn't feel like driving over to see you. Does he live very far away?
About an hour.
An hour? Okay, too much for him to drive, I guess. We suggested that he write her a letter. And he said, well, I don't want to do that.
He can't spell.
He said he would think about coming to the program to meet Brittany, but up until now, we can't. He doesn't called us, so we don't want to push him too much. Has Brittany accepted the fact that Mark does not want to be a part of her life?
Yeah, I think she's fine with it. She seems to have taken it very well. I watched her real closely for signs of depression afterwards, and she was good with it.
Good. Good, you're a good, strong girl. On the last show, were you happy to reunite with grandmother,
Yes.
who is Mark's mother? What's been going on?
Well, I've stayed at her house a few times.
Oh, this is good.
And we went out to eat,
Right.
and she bought me stuff, and
Looking
No.
better. Do you want to introduce to me someone?
yes, Sally, this is my grandparents.
Okay. To write out 9 birthday cards. I think he's too late. Is it 9? Are you 9 now? Oh, he's right on time. Okay.
Just broke my heart to see a young girl have to go through this.
What would you say to Brittany?
Well, I got her a guardian angel,
Okay, we're going to put it on her.
God bless.
Right.
and whenever you're feeling down on
It's the first time since Quentin was born that James and Beverly are seeing each other. Is that right? Okay. James, you have doubts that this boy sitting next to you is your son. In fact, you told our producers you're 100% convinced this is not your son. Right? Now, I must tell you, this man in the audience turned to me and says, that's the boy's father. He looks like him. And somebody else, wasn't it you? So our audience, if you're right, we're all wrong. It's the same face. Why do you think he's not your biological son?
Well, we were separated for 3.5, almost 4 months.
Right.
No, we were separated.
for 2 weeks.
called you and told you that I was pregnant, almost
No.
2 months pregnant.
No. Well, what about your ex-husband? You was living with
Oh,
him.
you're full of duty.
You was saying over
And
to your
that's being
ex.
nice.
No, you might as well cut out the being nice, because I'm not going to be. I
I
mean,
don't
you was.
give a crap. You are so full of it.
No, that
We were
ain't, that ain't
separated
what
for
it
2
is.
weeks when I called you.
No, it was. You tried three
When
and a
I
half
called your
months.
mother, should I say.
Yeah, you called my mama.
You are both arguing in
Oh,
front of the
you are.
child. Could we ask you not to do that? Anyhow, you do not belong 6-month-old baby named Jocelyn. Dina is here in hopes that her ex-boyfriend, BJ, will admit he's the father of the baby. BJ is waiting backstage, and he'll be out in a few minutes. But first, how does the story begin? He was going with your girlfriend, is that right? No?
Oh, about 6 or 7 years ago, yes. That's how I
Okay.
originally met him.
Right.
Over time, we started falling in love. I mean, he put me on a pedestal. I mean, he made me feel so important, so loved, so appreciated, so everything. And I just fell in love with him. And he told me that he wanted to be a part of my life and that he wanted to bond together. And he says, you know, he wanted to have a baby together.
Mm-hmm.
And so we started making plans for that. And then things that only lasted for a couple of weeks, and things started getting rocky after that. He decided he didn't want to do the father thing.
Mm-hmm.
And
Did he know you were pregnant?
no, not this time.
Right.
Neither one of us did. And so
When he found out, what did he think?
when he was shocked. He was very upset, and he said it wasn't his. He said
Okay.
he said that it couldn't have been his baby because he's been married before and he's slept with other women and has never gotten anybody else pregnant. So therefore, he doesn't
This
think
is
he
a
can get
new
anybody
one.
pregnant.
This is a new one. He slept with other women. They didn't get pregnant. Therefore, you couldn't get pregnant.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so he kind of threw you out of the house. You were back out, right?
Yep. 2 days after I found out I was pregnant, there was a U-Haul truck and I had to leave.
Weeks ago, and Alan Gelb has received the results of the DNA test. Alan, where are you? Come on back in. Tara, how you doing? You doing good? Alan, do you know what Tara asked me? Tara, give me a smile. She asked me, she needs false teeth. Yeah, no, she doesn't really need them, but there's been a problem there, hasn't there, Mother? Losing those teeth. Such a wonderful kid. What are the results of the test?
The tests that we have prove that he is not Tara's father.
Can I have BJ and Dina? Will you go and follow Alan now? Okay. Okay. So they're going to find the results of the DNA test. And we will give you the answers by the...
Talk.
He talked the talk.
Yes. Said he was going to make some changes and he was going to be there more and be a little more helpful. And
Because he knew now it was his child,
yes.
right? So what happened?
Well, verbally he changed, but the other changes just weren't good enough. It's not worth it.
Is he
it's making
jealous? Is he jealous with you?
He says he refuses to give me a divorce.
Refuses to give you a
He
divorce.
refuses to give me a divorce.
In America, nobody can refuse to give you a divorce. There's no such thing.
He
has
knows
left
because
you
of the
in
financial bind
he's
I'm
left
in.
you in debt, right?
I'm in a real tight financial bind. You know, I'm a single mother now. I've been out of work for over a year.
Right.
Since, you know, basically since we got married.
You want to relocate?
I want to get as far away from him so I just don't have to see him.
I don't.
I mean,
blame you.
he denied being her father, and that's good enough for me. Fine, just dad for life.
Our producers will try to help you, try to give you some help after. They say that Christopher's story is quite familiar to them because the man who Gayla says fathered her son, Justin, refuses to admit that Justin is his son. Gayla says when she was 7 months pregnant, this is a wild story, Gayla, with this man's child, he said, "My sister needs a kidney.
Yes.
I have to donate one to her. I'll be back before the baby is born." That was 13 years ago, and Gayla hasn't seen him since. I've heard men go out for a pack of cigarettes. But to go out to give a kidney and not return for 13 years. Now, this has been very hard on your son, and anyone can sympathize with that. A few months ago, you found him. He had moved, and you couldn't track him down for years and years and years, and you finally found him. How do you feel knowing that he doesn't want to have anything? Joining us now is Dr. Gilda Carl. Gilda, I have been worried all through the show about the children. I mean, there is no way that I could imagine that Leroy was not Trevor's father. It was just, I was just so sure as his mother was, because
You and
I
I
believe
both.
women know who the father of their baby is, and that she doesn't is mind-boggling.
You know, it's mind-boggling to all of us. You know, we have a war going on. We have a war between men and women that is just devastating, because who counts most?
The children.
The children. And who loses out the most?
The children.
Here
Right.
we have,
Trevor
this,
is, oh,
Yeah, I mean,
well, either
well,
one of them, I don't care.
Yeah,